Greetings, dear one.
Greetings, Merlin. So nice to have you join us.
Good to be with you.
You too.
And there are others, yes.
Yes, they're in the box.
Good to be with dear ones. Yes. There is amongst humans a great deal of anxiety and anticipation of what is to come, but with a high, how you say, incidence of fear that what has perceptually gone wrong will continue to go wrong. And when mankind has allowed himself to go down a path, you must think of literally going down a path, for it is easier for man to move downhill, but man must go uphill to return to the level where he was. You understand?
Yes.
And you are mankind reaching this bottom of this canyon, and you are about to begin the process of the climb. And the climb will take time, but you will climb and you will get to better places, happier times, healthier times. And man, when things are good, has a tendency, when the path ahead is easy, to somewhat run down the hill and pick up speed. But when Mother Nature stops assisting the trek, then man must rely on his own physicality to continue the journey. In these times, there are great questions, and in the journey of ascending this steep hill, man must insist on his quest for truth and no longer allow him to simply accept the words of leaders when their words serve them. When the common man has been subjected to dictated behaviors, they get used to the dictatorial actions of the leaders and simply, through habit, go along with the process. Do you understand? Mankind, in regard to leaders, are coming to, how you say, somewhat of a day of reckoning. And this isn't just common man, this is everyone who exists on this stone you refer to as earth. There is a leveling out that is about to take place, and truth is coming. And many wish to know about changes on your planet of leadership, and there are changes afoot, changes for the better, and those who have abused man will be revealed. This is a time of enlightenment, and you make references to astrological configurations that mean things to mankind, but it is more cosmic than that. This is a universal moment of enlightenment. The light shall shine, illuminating the dark, and those who hide in the dark. And all must be prepared, for this will have the energetic release of the earth shaking. And, dear ones, yes, there is much as you read and study and look at the box and every bit of information that comes your way. And at this time, To the fear of mankind, your star is doing a bit of a dance. Does this mean destruction on your earth? No, it does not. It is simply a moment in time where there are energetic releases coming from your star.
You mean the sun is having that solar flare?
The sun, just like man, when he has indigestion and how you say gas, this celestial body is doing a release.
Okay. And it's not something to be majorly worried about.
It is not.
Okay.
No. No, and there is no celestial body at this time that shall make its way into the pattern that Earth is following that would create purported destruction.
Okay.
Man enjoys himself writing fiction.
Yes.
And when you read and study and look back, and you, dear one, there is much that you have read that was about things to come that were troublesome and problematic, and those things have not occurred, not acts of nature. The issues that have occurred are purported and committed by man, and man's atrocities to man. But you are in a time, dear one, where man and his behaviors shall not hide much longer.
Wow.
There are great truths to be revealed. Dishonesties, these atrocities of manipulation, and the manipulation of individuals due to too much time with eyes on the box.
People watching mainstream news, is that what you mean?
There is too much that is spoken by these individuals where they are following a great script.
Yes.
There is not individuality and uniqueness. They are simply told what to say.
Yes.
However, as mankind at times suffers, spirit cannot interfere in the choices of man, for man is man. And even when mankind acknowledges that another man has created a problem, when you feel it is a problem, you are part of the problem.
Absolutely.
So there is much to sort out, and less finger pointing is necessary. The problems have been surmounting for some time. But you can only pile up so much.
Yes.
Before it tumbles. And there is a great tumble that is coming, and it's not as if it tumbles tomorrow and that it is finished. This tumbling shall occur over several calendar times. You will witness change over the next two, how you say, solar cycles. And great patience is needed on the part of man.
Yes.
As these changes occur. And individuals who, how you say, in authority, lord over lesser man. Their towers will topple. And yes, dear one, when the villagers storm the castle this time, it will be a storm of unseen proportion. And there will be those who storm the castle, who mankind thought, some of which were allies of the castle. They shall turn and storm the castle too. The masses will take their lives back. And for many, it is wise to remain calm.
Yes.
And there are those who are in fear, who speak of time to come as difficult, or as you say, dear one, fear-based. You're not in for lengthy times of trouble and financial decimation. There are shifts about to take place that will right the wrongs. These times are coming in your lifetime, soon in your lifetime.
Nice.
Mankind shall not starve. Mankind shall not be homeless. Mankind shall not be without love.
Nice.
Man will learn to love one another again.
Yay.
And the love that will amass will drown the hatred. There is a great magic that is forming, and it is the higher voices of mankind that shall sing.
Mm.
And for those who are more, how you say, God-fearing in their daily practices, the higher beings have not turned their back on you. They are there. They simply cannot interfere with man's actions. Therefore, mankind would not have free will and choice. And everything is a choice. You, dear ones, are souls in physical form. The concept of infinity lies within you. It is time for you to recognize who you really are and use your power for goodness.
Yes.
And to share that goodness with one another and not lord over for the sake of power. The ones who proclaim power shall be powerless, and the masses will rule. The castles shall not be so tall over the homes of the villagers. There is a leveling that is in the works. Dear one, is there information that you seek?
Yes, we are in the midst of this illness that is called COVID-19, the coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, and they have formulated what they call a vaccine. And there is much information out about this vaccine, whether it's good for us, if it's not good for us. You know, I think people are looking for more clarity on if this is necessary to take this vaccine and if it's safe to take this vaccine. So if you have clarity for that, that would be fabulous.
Dear one, much complexities in your observations. And what you speak of is not so simply corrected, for the purported illness that you speak of that has created so much fear was constructed. This illness is not of a bacterial release of the planet. It has been produced, and it has complexities. To resolve these complexities, it takes many different remedies to do this. However, there is a natural order of man's being that can allow him to reject this illness. And many humans have experienced it, and their bodies are rejecting it, and they didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
The human body is a wonderful piece of machinery. However, the devices that you speak of as remedy are not comprised of materials that are completely suitable for the human condition. And so, what you have is a certain level of, how you say, poison counteracting poison. And those who have created these remedies are not sure of the effect on mankind. Therefore, this is an experiment. And you have individuals with various kinds of ailments. Therefore, you cannot single out that every individual has the same disease, and therefore they cannot be cured by the same remedy. Within each individual, different body parts are being attacked. It is not the same thing as if you simply have a bellyache. Do you understand?
I do.
Therefore, it would be wise to wait as much time as possible before ingesting something else that is deemed as unnatural. In time, the human body will find a way to process this and counteract it. And there are ways within your, how you say, what you ingest and how you take care of yourself, that you can be healthy and remain healthy. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Mankind is scrambling to undo a problem that was created by man. And it has created a great amount of fear. And at the same time, this has become mankind's hope. This is a time for wisdom, not desperation.
Yeah.
Is there other that you seek, dear one?
We have 2 more minutes.
That is a lifetime.
In your world. There is this moment where we had an election, and need I say more? There's a lot of people that are wondering who will be the next leader of our country as this election has been contested.
What is expected by perception is not to be. Do not allow yourselves to be fooled by evidence, dear ones. Truth is coming. You shall see. Great surprises in the store.
Is that when the villagers are going to really storm the castle?
Be safe, dear one.
I've been hearing that we need to be prepared.
Is wise, but do not fear.
Mm-hmm.
You do not live in a castle, dear one. Therefore, you will not be stormed.
Okay. Thank you so much, Merlin. Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome,
It is
dear
always
ones.
a pleasure to speak with
Good
you.
to be with you, dear one. And we shall speak again.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Wow.
Hello.
Lots of good information from our friend.
I'm sure you'll tell me later.
Yes, I will tell you later. And now we have about 3 more minutes. So I just want to say again, this is a moment to focus on divine right action taking place. This is a moment to be compassionate with each other. This is a moment to be patient, to be prepared. So love each other, really be in a position where you are supporting each other. This is a time for unification. So if there is something that you're in disagreement with, open up the minds about things and expand, look deeper, look at a lot of information, a lot of different sources of information, and make your own decision. Look at government papers, really go to the source of information. And I got to say, I think Merlin is a really great source of information.
Merlin has no agenda.
He has no agenda whatsoever. And I got to say, Nick has been channeling him for a long time now, and he's been right every single time. So this is a moment for us all to really be all of that, be what that all looks like. Basically, loving each other, compassionate. Those are the 2 big ones. Yeah.
Right.
Anything else you wanted to say?
In how things go, we have to allow ourselves not to get caught up in, if we think something is going to go wrong or not go our way, that's going to create these like terrible results for a long time to come. We have to come to realize that in this time with COVID, it's teaching people a lesson that people are going to realize they're not sheep, and people are going to realize how much power that they actually have.
Yeah.
Look, we are, because we're now in the age of Aquarius, we are in a time that only you shift constellations once every 2,000 years. So it's a very fascinating time to be on the planet to witness this. We're living this right now. And that's why we feel like we've been in this personal planetary earthquake, where all of a sudden everything is shifted. And you go from the Piscean age and the Virgo and sub age, which has a lot to do with how we've developed in terms of medicine and psychology and the Industrial Revolution, into a much more evolved industrial time. And people that are into consciousness will thrive more in this, and people that are not into consciousness, it's not that they're like going to fall off the edge of the earth. It's just that it's going to challenge people that have built false foundations in life.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're moving from very solid things into very airy things. And people are going to have to learn to air surf in life.
That's a new term. Hey, we're going to air surf.
Yep.
I'm looking at the time. We're gonna have to say goodbye. I just want to say thank you all so much for joining us and supporting us. We can't even say how much we appreciate it. And for all of you that have shared our information out there. We'll be on again next week. Who's our guest next week?
We'll figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. So if there's anything in particular you would like for us to share with you all, let us know, and maybe we'll just make a night for you. In the meantime, what do you usually say at the end?
Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Thank you for watching. This has been Mainstream Metaphysics with
Audrey Newmont.
And I'm Nick Newmont, and Merlin around here somewhere. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.